Shalom Uvracha. Hope things are well by you. Doing the best we can. Trying in every moment, in every step of the way to remind ourselves of the real purpose of our life, the real meaning for our existence. And the challenges and all kinds of distractions that a person deal with in his life might trouble the person and take him to a place that he will doubt himself. For an example, if a person understands that the purpose of life is learning, and he wants to grow in learning and to achieve things while learning or through his learnings, and then he finds himself that in difficult hours he cannot sit and learn so much, he's not able to focus, or that many hours of the day he must do other things like working and finding sources for income or money to work in a job, and he finds himself that he, in his mind, far from the purpose, far from the real goal of his life. And then because of that he will get frustrated and sad, and he will feel that he's not as good as other people who are able to learn and dedicate time every day for learning. But it's only coming because that person set for himself in his own mind that the purpose of his life is learning. It's a great thing for you to learn, but it doesn't make your life depend on learning or learning several hours every day. Another example, a person can find himself that faith, to understand that faith, that he understands that faith is the purpose of his life. Okay, it's a beautiful thing, it's a wonderful thing. A person wants to grow in faith and to come closer and closer to the Creator, and he's working hard on his faith, and he tries to believe in every moment of his life and to connect himself to the Creator and to remember God in every moment of his life. And then he finds himself in certain moments every day that he's falling from that faith. When someone is challenging him in certain ways that his faith is not so stable in those yet enough, he finds himself in pain, in struggle. I lost my faith, I was not thinking about God, I was not thinking about the Creator, now I messed up, I did something wrong, and on and on. And he starts blaming himself and hating himself for not having faith. So again you see that there is a mistake even in putting the faith the center of your life, means the goal of your life. Why? Because for sure a person will fall from faith as well. So even though that it's a very good thing to believe in God, even though that it's a very important thing to learn, a person must understand that the purpose of your life cannot be accomplished only when you're succeeding, only when you're climbing and rising. It cannot be that your success will be depend only in your ups, because life is also full of downs. Like that every day the sun is rising, and then in the evening or the night the sun comes down, and there are dark hours, and no matter how much you will enjoy the day, the night will come. And even if you found, of course we can find like more examples for that. If you, let's say, wanted to get married, and you found yourself thinking and realizing that to get married will be the salvation of your life, and it's a great idea, and then you found your soulmate and you got married. Now does that mean that you won't have obstacles in your life? It means now that your marriage life will be perfect and you won't have to work on your peace and on your, like, to learn to know each other and to understand each other and to respect each other. It cannot be that in your mind, in the person's mind, it will be that the success of his life is only when he's happy, is only when he's wealthy, when he makes money, or when he's learning, or when he's holding strong in faith. A person must understand that life is like a roller coaster. It's full of up and downs. If a person wants to go from one city to the next, and he will check the direction, he needs to drive to the east, he needs to walk to the east, okay? Now, while going on the roads, while driving, he will find himself taking lefts and taking rights, going up hills and down hills. And if he will check himself, he will see that once in a while he's driving to the south, and once in a while he's driving to the north. And then he can question himself, what am I doing? I was supposed to drive to the east. But the path, the road, is not always straight, is not completely straight. It is the right way, and it takes you to the east, it takes you to the right direction, but you have some curves and some turns and some ups and some downs, and those are part of the path, those are part of the way, and we should remind ourselves of that amazing fact, and very important. For what it is important? It's important for our happiness and for our ability to continue our journey with a happy heart and a wishing soul. When you feel sadness, and when you are falling to despair, and you feel bad with yourself, and you judge and criticize yourself on every failure, you start losing your self-esteem, your confidence in yourself. You start doubting yourself, and then you might find yourself, because of the challenges of the road, because of too many ups or too many downs or too many rights or too many lefts, find yourself that you're not sure that you're in the right direction. You don't know for sure if that way, because of all the different turns that were not all to the east, 3 or 7 times you went to the west, 8 or 9 times you went to the north. What's going on here? The road looks very, very weird. It doesn't seem like it takes me to the east that I need to. Those doubts with time are cracking the stability that of our trust and our faith in ourselves, and of course also, God forbid, in the Creator himself, that we're not sure that he's leading us, that we're not sure that he's taking us to the right places. For that, a person must understand that the purpose cannot be to always succeed and to always rise and to always bloom and to always be shiny and perfect, because that is not part of reality. The reality is that every person on earth, no matter who he is and from which family he came, and what is the level of his what's his skills or amount of knowledge that he purchased until now, and from which nation he is, or to which community he belongs, or which fantasy he holds in his mind to think that he is so super important. All those things that you relate to, that you find yourself connected to, are not really showing the real level of your life and where you're holding in your closeness to the Creator. And even the most righteous person who belongs to the most, I don't know, known or famous or I don't know, appreciated family in the world, it will not guarantee for him that he will not fail. The verse is saying that there is no righteous man on earth who will do only good and will not sin and will not fail. It's just not exist. The Torah, the Bible, is revealing and uncovering the real truth on every righteous man who ever walked on earth, telling us the whole truth and nothing but the truth, reveals all the real history of every one of them to show us that even Abraham, the most righteous person who revealed the Creator from his own heart and found the Creator on his own and changed his way and became such a perfect person that he is the head of the believers. He had mistakes while serving the Creator, even when he was very old, even when he was super righteous already, even when after he made successfully succeeded past 10 tests that were major and huge in his life, and he passed them all in great success. Even after that, he failed in more failures. And also Isaac, his son, Yitzchak, our father, and even Yaakov, Jacob, all of them, the Torah is revealing the truth. Even Moses, even King David, on every one of them there is a scroll, there is a list of issues and situations that took place that the Torah is exposing and revealing to us for us to know. Listen, my child, you are part of this world, and this world is built from ups and downs, lights and darkness, heaviness and feelings of being light, of hours that are successful and hours that you feel like the worst unsuccessful failure, hopeless, worthless creation ever been created. And even King David asked one of his enemies, "Why are you cursing me? You are cursing a dead dog." He was holding himself as a dead dog. Moses said on himself, "V'anochi afar va'efer." Abraham said, "V'anochi afar va'efer." Moses said, "V'anachnu ma?" And we are what? And Abraham said, "We are ashes and earth." Like nothing. I'm nothing. I'm earth. I'm nothing. I'm zero. Like those righteous people were aware to the greatness of their actions. They were aware to the fact that the Creator chose them and spoke with them and never spoke to no one else like he spoke with them. All those facts were revealed and known to them, but still they were realizing that they were humbled. Like that, it's written, the Midrash is saying to us, the Gemara, of course, reveals that detail as well, and Rashi brings that in the Chumash, that when the Creator created Adam and Eve, so he gathered earth from all the universe. He took grains of sand, of earth, from all four corners of the universe, from the whole world, from the whole flat, from the mountains, from the valleys, from every corner. He took a crumb, a tiny grain of earth from every point of the universe and created the physical body of Adam and Eve. And the soul, all of our souls, the souls that are inside our bodies today, are the souls who were part and together completed the soul of Adam and Eve. And in new lifetimes, new portions of our of that great soul of Adam and Eve are coming into physical bodies that are made out of earth, that made out of the ground, and being seen as different bodies with different souls. So every person now holds inside of himself a precious soul that no one else in the world has a soul like yours, because your soul is different than mine. Mine is different than yours, and ours are different than theirs. And every person inside of him, there is a unique and special soul that no one else in the world holds. And also your body, that is earthen, that is very low, that is built out of mud, out of clay, out of physical materia, is also low and shallow and earthen in the lowest way of them all. Means that you have a physical attachment to the ground, to physicality, that unfortunately no one else has. Means that you have lackings inside of you that are worse than all the rest of human beings. It doesn't mean that you're the worst, because I also have those lackings that I tell you, I promise you, you cannot be worse than I in those aspects that I am the worst in them. I have those points that I am totally earthen and I am unique in my weaknesses. I am shallow in a way that no one else is because I've been created from different area of the ground of physicality, and your body was created as well from a different area in the world, and this is why you are earthen in a unique way. You can hate it, you can blame yourself for it, but in reality that was the choice of heaven. That was the choice of God. The Creator Himself decided to make you out of a certain materia, and no one else is made of your DNA, of your materia, of your physical body. You are low in that physical aspect in a way that no one else is. But your friend is also the lowest one in his way to be the lowest one in that aspect. But in the same time, he holds inside of himself a unique and special and godly soul that you can just be impressed of and ashamed of yourself not to have that glorious light inside of you, treasured and shining in such beautiful way and healing. So every person is made of what he made of, and we need to realize that, and we need to grow out of that, and to understand that part of our life is to understand that we need to recover from our weaknesses, from our downs, from our falls, from our failures. And all the time the work is to reattach ourselves to the truth. And you cannot save yourself, protect yourself from failures and from downs, no matter what you will do in your life. Even the biggest righteous people failed, and they disappointed their families, and they found themselves in hard, difficult hours confronting children. You must understand that Abraham, he had issues with his children. His children were not all perfect. Isaac, he had severe issues with his children. Not all his children were perfect. Yaakov had issues with his children. By the way, the holy tribes, you remember, they sold one of their brother. They even though were so righteous and holy and pure, and were calling them the holy tribes, they lied to their father Yaakov and told him a story that their brother died and an animal killed him. It's a horrible sin. It's a horrible violation. It's not something simple. Moses, the Torah is revealing to us 5 times that Moses was upset, that Moses was angry. And it's not allowed to be angry. You're not allowed to be upset. And all those righteous people, in every step of the way, they failed. King David failed. King Solomon failed. Elijah the prophet, he had failures. Elisha the prophet, his student, had failures. Every one of those righteous people found themselves in great difficulties. So the conclusion of that learning is for us to understand that difficulties and challenges are not a sign for failure. Even failure is not a sign for failure. It's only your present test. When you are serving the Creator, you must remind yourself all the time that you are serving the Creator in the present time. The past does not exist in your life. It's only memories in your head. And also when you lived your past, when you were there in the past, you were experiencing the past in the present time. You were there in the present time with the Creator, and now you are in a new place in the present time, and the future does not exist as well. And when you will get there to that future that you hope to get to, you will experience it not in the future, you will experience it in the present time. And the future is only a bunch of hopes and or fears that you hold in your mind. But in reality, there was no past, because when you were there in the present time. and there is no future, because when you'll get there, you will experience it in the present time. So all your life experience, always in 100% of the way, is in the present time. So to judge yourself and criticize yourself and blame yourself for mistakes from the past is not normal, is for sure a mistake. You can learn from the past and correct yourself in the present time. You can also not correct yourself in the future. You cannot learn for the future. You can you can learn only for the present time. You cannot force yourself not to fail again in the future. How many of us are saying to ourselves on a daily basis, how could I do that same stupid thing again? How could I not remember that I already took it upon myself and accepted upon myself not to do that nonsense again? And here I did it again, and oops, I made it again, and here I failed another time. You need to remind yourself that you live your life in the present time, not in the past and not in the future. Only now, in that blessed moment with the Creator, that He is the blessed present time. He is Havaya Baruch Hu. The meaning of His name is that He is with us right now. And of course that we know and remember that it's written that He was and is and will be Haya, Hove, Veye, but all of them are included in that name of Havaya, Yud K Vav K, that He is the one and now. And when you want to correct yourself, you can correct yourself to the present time right now. That now you will start to believe in Hashem again. That now you will show the good qualities of your spirit and of your soul. That now you will do something good with your time. That now you will take responsibility and admit your mistakes. That now you will find courage and strength to go and to apologize to those ones who you hurt or insulted or disappointed, and you will do good things in the present time. Every time, every moment of your life, you should remind yourself of that. And again, to go back to this topic and idea that we started to express in the beginning, as long as you think that the salvation and your tikkun, your correction and your completion depends in how many hours you learn or how many hours you pray a day, you cannot always succeed. Because when you will find yourself without your learning, or you're going to find yourself without your prayers, you will start blaming yourself for that, and you will feel that you did something wrong. I'm not learning enough, I'm not praying enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm too trapped in different things that I don't want to be trapped in, whatever. I have too many obstacles. All those judgments, all those trials will make your mind crazy. Therefore, you must remind yourself that you are here to do the best that you can. And in every moment of your life, you need to try to do the best that you can. And you can do the best that you can when you're succeeding, and you can do the best that you can even if you failed. In every moment of your life, you have a life mission. Life mission while you are alive, to live your life in the most beautiful and great way that you can. When you're up, you need to succeed. You need to know how to be up. You need to know how to remember that your success is a grace and kindness from heaven, that the Creator is so kind with you to help you and to build you and to support your journey and to bring you to such wonderful destinies and great success. And as well, to remember to share that glorious light with your loved ones, with your surroundings, with people who are around you. That's how you succeed when you're up. And when you're down, you need to remember that that failure came for a reason, and that there is a lesson hidden in it, and that there is a purpose for that obstacle that you're experiencing right now, and that you should stabilize and work on your faith, and that you should not give up and not fall to sadness, and that you should not hurt other people around you while you're suffering from a certain pain or struggle. And you need to learn how to express yourself and how to share your feelings, and sometimes even how to learn how to ask for help, and on and on and on and on and on. You have avodat Hashem when you're up and when you're down, when you succeed and when you fail, and every person fails. And don't let other people make you mistake, to think that you can succeed with no failures. It does not exist. Like the sun is setting in the west every night, every person has his sunrise and sunsets. And English is a very broken language, and I hope that you enjoy to see me breaking my teeth and biting my tongue while trying to translate my poor Hebrew thoughts that are suffering from lack of expression in my original language, doing the best that I can for you to have as much as I can give to you in my free time that is free from my obligations to my wonderful family that I love and cherish so much. Thank you so much. May the Creator bless you, shine upon you, holy children of the Creator. Don't allow no one ever to break your self-esteem. And if you see that someone is trying to break your self-esteem and your happiness in yourself, just don't let those negative words penetrate to your heart. Remind yourself, okay, in front of me is standing now a box with teeth, a box with eyes holes, and he's looking at me and those teeth are moving, but it's only a show. I know who I am. I am a great person. I have a godly soul inside of me. Those rebukes maybe can teach me a lesson. Maybe there is something I can learn from that rebuke. I'll try to pay attention. I'll try to see where I can really improve, what I really did that upset that person so greatly, badly, that he's now like all over the place and losing his mind to fight with me and argue with me. I'll try to see how I can correct myself and fix myself as much as I can. But meanwhile, I'll keep my soul breathing, and I will relax myself, and I will think what my real next step is and what should I do with my life. And I'm not going to fall in that trap of self-blaming and self-criticism and self-hatred that can reject and kick the person back thousands and thousands of years in not in light years, in dark years. Okay? May the Creator bless us all and protect us all. Very hard hours the world is experiencing. Very hard and difficult hours. Very, very hard hours. And we're experiencing them. Everyone is an individual, and the whole world is bleeding. And the whole world is torn for many reasons. We should increase the love and increase our faith in the Creator, and remember that En Od Milvado, there is no one except for Him, and just to do the best that we can to support our loved ones and to show our compassion and our good attributes on every creation and creation, to love and to cherish moments with righteous people and with good friends and with loved ones. And may the Creator answer all our prayers in no time, and that we will have the merit and the ability to rise and to shine in great ways, to see the light of redemption, the light of His loving kindness, healing the world, completing, correcting, and fixing the world. And may all our prayers be answered in no time, and we will walk hand in hand as one person with one heart to the holy city of Jerusalem, to visit the Mount Zion, the holy Mount Zion, holy Mount Zion, the holy Mount Zion, the house of Hashem, the house of prayer, that will be called the house of prayer to all nations, that all nations will come to call him in his name, to bow to him, to praise him, and to hear Torah from the mouth of Mashiach Tzidkenu that will come and will connect us all to the ancient memory, to those hours of Kedem, the hours that were perfect before the sin, before the dark hours of exile. Amen. כן יהי רצון.
שום דבר כבר לא יעצור אותי מלהגיע אל תוכי, בכל כוחי אבוא לקראתי, שמח